Look, we've been here about 10 days. The horses have really started to settle in well. But yeah, I'm very happy with them. They're ready, we're ready to have our first runners. We used to do it a lot back in the 90s and it sort of went out of vogue. I came here in 2012, had good success. Last year, obviously, we were here and had good success and it filtered through to our spring. So I was keen to try and do it again. It's not an inexpensive exercise for us because we've got to move people and relocate them and that sort of thing. But I think the benefits outweigh that and, we're happy to see how it goes again this year.
We're basing ourselves out at the Sunshine Coast and they've been so accommodating for us and our horses. The people out there are brilliant. We've got some great staff setting up there as well. So, and it's nice and relaxed and I think that the horses appreciate that. I'm envious of our horses that get to come up here. I'd like to be coming up here for much of the winter. Look, Melbourne's cold this time of year and their coats go quickly. So just to keep them looking well, feeling well, I think a lot of our horses perform best under warm conditions on good tracks, and Victoria at the moment is starting to get cold. The tracks start to deteriorate. Obviously, it's all results based on how you perform over the carnival, but for us, the results are just as important of what happens in the spring as it is what happens up here. So, yeah, there's really no negatives for us in bringing horses up here.
Spinio is an expensive yearling. He had one run in the autumn in Melbourne, and then we put him aside with this in mind. I don't know about if we get wet ground, if he'll run, but he is ready to run. If he doesn't run Saturday, he may run next week sometime. He's probably a horse we're looking to get to a mile this preparation, see what level he can complete at.
Oh, look, we've got a nice imported horse called Royal Champion up here. He's a well-credentialed horse who's got some very good form overseas. He's ticking over nicely. We probably don't have a real set game plan for him up here. It's just been probably a similar type situation to what we had without a fight last year, where get him up here, let him feel his way, and if he's going really well, you'll see him at the races and he'll perform well. A nice 3-year-old called Caracas who ran a nice race at Caulfield going back about 5 or 6 weeks, and we put him away to come towards the Queensland Derby. So he'll probably run in the Guineas and can then head towards the Queensland Derby. You're giving them their chance to see if they're good enough, and it's a great place to do that. The weather's good, and the tracks look like they'll be in really good order.
He's racing royalty, second generation champion trainers. We saw what his father and his brothers did in their time, winning every single race on the Australian program. Without a fight, obviously kicked off in last year. I believe he's got another international horse that we'll see up here this year. Let's hope it's as good. And we really appreciate the Sam Freedmans, the Peter Moody's and the other interstate trainers that provide horses for our carnival. Look, Queensland Guineas is really the real start of the carnival. It's not unfair to say that it's a warm-up before we get into the 10,000 and Doomben Cup in coming weeks after we go up to the Sunshine Coast for the Hollandale this year. Our nominations are good. The quality of horse that we're hearing is coming this year might mean that it's the best Queensland Carnival we've ever had.